Hey, Dan Meyer here, and I'm back once again with 5 tips for you on how to optimize your market segmentation on Facebook. So, market segmentation is basically where you determine what message to send to targeted groups. And this could be something based on demographics or geographics or economic data that you're able to get from Facebook. And basically, the idea here is if you have a virtual assistant or you are a virtual assistant and you're looking to grow your lead list, you're trying to do more lead generation and you want to segment your messaging to them. Say, for example, you belong to a Facebook group, a group of entrepreneurs, and there's a couple thousand people in this Facebook group, and you have access to all their profiles. And you can go click profile by profile, and you can get data, you can mine data that you can use to segment them so you can do specific marketing messages to them. So I'm going to show you a quick video on how we do that at Sonic VA, how I teach my VAs to be able to play detective and determine kind of where people live and how active they are on social media to help determine what message we send to them. Say, for example, that you want to target women that are moms of young children. And you're making a couple assumptions here. It doesn't fit for everybody, but you're going to assume most of them are probably going to be checking their social media after the kids are dropped off at school, maybe right before lunch, and then maybe after dinner. So you want to know when those times are to send DMs, real-time DMs, not something they'll check, when they wake up or later in the day. You want to kind of get them when they're on social media. So you want to know where they live so you know when to send that, right? So if they're on the East Coast of the United States and you want to send them a bunch of DMs around 7 p.m. East Coast time, you need to know where they live. So you can have a virtual assistant document, target, put into a tracker, what city and state they live in. So you can kind of figure out which time zone they're in. You can also look how many friends they have or how many followers they have. If they have a lot of followers and they're following a lot of people, that means one thing. That means they're very active in social media. If they have a bunch of followers, but they're not following anybody, then they may have paid for the followers, or at least they're just using it for business. They're not actually out there following their friends' pages. And then on top of that, if you look at somebody's page, it's not active, and then why market to it? If they haven't posted in over a year, there's no point in DMing them. It's really a cold lead that's a waste of your time. You want to follow the 80-20 principle, right? So you want to spend 80% of your time on the 20% of the people that are going to make you the most money. And the ones that you're going to partner with and do joint ventures with and work with, that 20% that generate the most revenue, are ones that are active on social media every day, that talk about where they are. They share who they are, what they do, and why they do it all the time. So you can use these tips I'll share with you in this quick segment. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the segment I recorded as I walk through Facebook to look at these tips on how to segment your market. All right, check this out. I want to walk you through my profile to show you how, if I were looking at my own profile to try to figure out my location and where I would look first, right? So the obvious place is, do I list where I live? And I do. I list Pasig here, which is in the Philippines, as my primary residence. However, what if I didn't? A lot of people don't have that publicly available as where they currently live because they want a little privacy, which is cool. But if you're trying to market to them and you want to get a sense of what time zone they live in, there's ways to find it. So I'm not encouraging you to invade their privacy, but I am showing you there's other ways to look for publicly available information. So say, for example, you want to look at their business, right? So I have a company here, Sonic Analytics, based in Ocala, Florida, right? So maybe I'm going to be in Florida. It's the best time to get a hold of me. There's also, you can look at where I went to school. I went to school in Pennsylvania, went to school in Northern California. So you can find things basically where I'm at. And any one of these things would be a way to kind of target me. Now, I moved around a lot, so I'm not very stable, but most small business owners pretty much stay local. And you want to find a couple different places to really triangulate where they're currently located. So you can use these things here, like where they're from, where they live, where they went to school, where their business is located, where their work is. You can also look and see their relationship and click on that if they have somebody. But a lot of people will have a link to their spouse, and maybe their spouse will have a city that they currently live in, or a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You can also look at other social media, right? You can click off to LinkedIn and it will show you that I'm located in Manila, right? So that's an example there. And then you can also look at check-ins, right? So most people have this private or public, not most people don't put it private. You can see where I'm located. So as of a couple days ago, I was in Makati in the Philippines, right? So you can see that basically how to find where I'm at and know when the best time to get a hold of me would be I'm probably in the Philippines, and I'm probably 12 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time. So if you wanted to catch me live, you'd have to catch me based on making that time zone conversion. Now, if you lived in New York and you're looking at someone's profile from California, you want to keep that in mind as well. So when it's the best time for you or your VA to DM them, may not be the best time for them, right? I don't DM people on the West Coast early morning. Where I might wake them up. I don't want the first message they get on Facebook to be a message from me saying, hey, do you want a virtual assistant? I want to time it so I'm looking for the best time for them. So either after the kids are at school, or they're starting their work day, or maybe during their lunch break, or maybe right after dinner. That's what I look for. I'm also trying to figure out how active they are in social media. Like I have almost 5,000 followers, and I follow 2,000 people. I'm very active in social media. You can also see my public friends list. I have about 2,300 friends. Most of them are virtual assistants or people in the Philippines that work in outsourcing. So this profile is built for that. It's built to show that I'm an expert in virtual staffing, that I do public speaking, that I do training, and so forth. So that's why you see this profile built this way. But if you want to understand that, you want to understand how to decide how to market to me, here's some tips, right? So look at where I live. Look at where I work, look at where I went to school, look at where my significant other lives, look at other links to see where my business is located or where I'm spending my time. Also, don't forget to check in. And then, of course, if there's a phone number available, a lot of times on a business page, there will be a phone number available. Again, I'm not the best case example because that's a 925 area code in Northern California. I've had the same cell phone number for 10 years. So I think 20 years almost. So phone numbers are really a bad one in 2024 because people move around so much but keep their same phone number. So there you go. Check these markers to see if you want to put them into a certain bucket to help you segment them when you do your marketing. Cool. Hope that helps. Okay, so cool. That was pretty simple, right? So quick tips, there are really 5 tips plus the bonus tip on how to look for somebody's location, to determine where they live in the world. So you can figure out when their dinner time is and when is the best time to market them if you want to send them an after dinner message. Or you can figure out, again, other things I mentioned besides where they live, you can look at how active they are on social media. You can get a sense of how introverted and extroverted they are based on the number of friends they have, if it's public, what's private, what's public. This is not always true for everybody, but these generalizations matter. And this is how big companies decide what to market you with. They figure out your demographics, geographics, and economics, and they market a message to you. Now, with AI, you can even do it micro-targeted to the person, but we're talking about kind of old-fashioned here, just having a VA go through a list of connections or people that are part of the same Facebook group, something like that. So anyway, I hope that helped. I hope this quick video gave you some ideas on how you can get better at market segmentation. I'm sure you're doing a good job, but the idea is always to improve. That's why I share what I do. That's why I have the YouTube channel. If you have not already done so, I please encourage you to subscribe. And if you have already subscribed, thank you very much. Feel free to drop a comment below. You can reach out to me on social media. I'm easy to find on Instagram, The Mighty D1, also on LinkedIn. You can find me, of course, on Facebook as Dan Meyer, Virtual Staffing Expert. I'm here to help, and I have a lot of virtual assistants that I have personally trained in the Philippines to be able to do these tasks for you. So if you're interested in hiring a VA, with Sonic VA, reach out to us. Otherwise, just enjoy these tips. I want to thank you for your time. Now get out there and have a great day.